Miss Amanda.
We don't talk across the meeting.
Hi, Miss Amanda.
Guys, we raise our hand.
Amanda. Good morning to you.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, Basil. Do you have a question?
Yes, we will take the quiz first or the session.
There is no quiz. There is a spelling activity after school. As written on the weekly plan, it says spelling activity after school.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Jemana.
Do we have a reading quiz?
Did you check your weekly plan?
I checked, but I didn't find like an intention for a quiz.
So if you didn't find it, then there isn't a quiz.
Like there isn't?
Jemana, did it say there's a quiz on your plan?
I didn't see.
You didn't check it?
Yeah.
Because you messaged me yesterday and asked me the same question. And I told you to check the weekly plan. So when you finish the session, you should check your weekly plan, okay? Because it's on the plan whether or not you have.
But when I checked it, I didn't find anything about a quiz.
Okay, so you checked it. You just said I didn't see it, but you did check it. There is no quiz. That's why it doesn't say that there's a quiz. If there was a quiz, it would be written on the plan.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Because I didn't.
Oh, sorry, honey. I thought you were done. What do you want to say?
I said because I didn't understand, it wasn't there, so I said it was.
If it's not there, then it means we don't have one. If we had one, it would be written on your plan.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Omar.
Miss.
Yes.
We had a quiz after the school, right? The spelling quiz.
It's not a quiz. It's an activity. It's like a graded assignment.
Okay.
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 Anytime between 2 and 11, you guys can take it. All you gotta do is check Smart Schools, and you'll find the link, and you can go straight to the activity. Tahir, you have a question?
I wanted to know which page, and now I know which page.
Okay, honey. Jada, you have your hand up, but you don't have a microphone. There we go. Now you do. Okay, Jada, what do you need?
Miss Amanda?
Yes.
Sorry, because yesterday I could not join the meeting because the internet.
Yes, honey, you messaged me and told me.
Yes. But the connection come now.
Okay, good. I'm glad you have it now. Bye-bye. Leanne?
Good morning, Miss Amanda.
Good morning.
Sorry for being late. I didn't know that the time was late.
It's okay, honey. Okay, let's get started. Write your name in the chat box, please, for attendance. Everybody write your name in the chat box. I have 25 people in the meeting and only 16 names in the chat box. So please write your name if you did not write your name. so we can begin. Hello, Wahba.
Adito is in the waiting room.
Dude, okay, I'll check with this. Yeah, it's spinning. I accepted him. It's spinning, waiting for him to join.
Okay.
All right, let's get started. Today's lesson is about using the adjectives good and bad. Okay, let's take a look. I want you to write in your notebooks today's date. Today is January 14th, 2021. I want you to write in your notebooks the date and the title of the lesson, comparing with good and bad. This is important for you to have in your notebook so that if you're studying for something, when we get ready to have the unit quiz and you want to know which week to go back and watch the video, if you have the date written down, you'll know which week to look at. Okay, so it's important that you write down every day the title of the lesson at least so that you know which folder to look at when we finish the week and move on to another one and you have a quiz or something, okay? So write down January 14th, 2021, and comparing with good and bad. All right, and for those of you who are writing notes, good for you. I told you writing it down helps you to remember, so it's very good that you are writing the notes. You should write what is in the rule box today, okay? The rule box that is now on your screen. That's what you should write in your notebooks. All right, let's talk about the adjectives good and bad. Okay, we know how to use the adjectives like he's a good boy, talking about a dog maybe, or we can say it tastes bad when we don't like the taste of something. These adjectives describe. We also use these adjectives good and bad to compare. Okay? When we are talking about something and we are comparing two people, places, or things, so two nouns, we use better or worse. Better if it's something good, worse if it's something bad, when we compare two things. Okay, better and worse. Yes, Farida.
Oh, I just wanted to ask for the page, but Lane told me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we use better and we use worse when we're comparing two things, like the ham is better than the chicken. Here we're comparing ham and chicken. That's two things. So we use better. Better is used when we're talking about something that is good. The lemonade is worse than the tea. Worse is when something is bad and we're comparing two things. Here, lemonade and tea. Now we use best and worst when we're comparing more than two things. All right. Best and worst when we are comparing two things. Sorry, I'm just trying to move the chat box off where you guys keep writing. It keeps coming up on my screen. 1 second, I'll move it off. Drawing a line across. Anybody who joins after this is late. Okay. All right, sorry. Best and worst. Again, best is when something is good, and worst is when something is bad. When we compare more than two items, like the spaghetti is the best food in the restaurant. We use best because we're talking about all the different foods in the restaurant. The fruit punch is the worst drink I've ever tasted. Worst because we're talking about all the drinks that I've ever tasted before. So let's recap again. Good and bad have special forms when we use them to compare something. When we are comparing two, we use better to talk about something that is good and worse to talk about something that is bad. We use best and worst when we're comparing more than 2 items. Okay? Free to turn off your camera, please. We use best and worst when we're comparing more than 2 items. The spaghetti is the best food because we're talking about all the food. Okay? So here, 2, better for good, worst for bad. More than 2, best for good and worst for bad. Quite easy, yes? All right. So we have the adjective good. When we compare 2, we use better. More than 2, we use best. The adjective bad. When we compare 2, we use worse. When we compare more than 2, we use worst. Okay, so worse and worst. All right, quite easy. I'm sure that you will all find this to be a very easy lesson, and we'll probably breeze through it pretty quickly. All right, and that's good. So if we have some extra time, we can read our projects. Okay. Number 1. You can keep your hands down today. I'm going to call on people to answer because I want everyone to participate. You get participation grades, so it's important that everybody is participating in class. All right, let's see. Let's get started. I'll go by the order of the names on the list. Jada, do you have a question?
Miss Amanda, no, I want just to answer.
Okay, I just said keep your hands down. I'm going to call on people to answer, okay? All right. Yes, Farida, do you have a question?
No, after you said that we will lower our hands because you'll choose by yourself for answering questions. I lowered my hand.
Okay, honey. It's up. It's still up.
Okay.
Your hand is
Sorry.
still up. Okay. That's okay. All right. Abdurrahman, can you read the first one for us, please?
Sure. Prairie was best cook in the cooking contest.
Okay. And which form? Best. Very good, honey. The form of good and bad in the sentence is best. Thank you. All right.
Welcome.
Number 2, Leanne. Thank you, sweetheart.
Yes, Miss Amanda.
Number 2.
Number 2, the corn was better than the corn was better than the peas. Better is comparing between 2 things.
Very good. What 2 things are we comparing between?
Peas and corn.
Excellent. Very good, honey. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Adito,
Yes.
can you read number 3?
Yeah. Okay. The asparagus is the worst vegetable of all. Worst is the form of bad.
Okay, worst, yes. And how many are we comparing? 2 or more than 2?
More than 2.
Very good. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, Basil.
Yes.
Can you read number 4?
Okay.
Do you have the book open, Basil? I'll come back to you, Basil. You guys have to be ready to answer so we don't waste time. Iad? Number 4, please.
The peach jam was worse than the apple jam. Worse.
Thank you. Very good. Worse. Okay. Are we comparing 2 or more than 2?
Uh, 2.
2? Yeah, we're comparing 2. What 2 things are we comparing? Iad, what 2 things are we comparing?
Worse
Which two things are we comparing in the sentence? Read the sentence again.
The peach jam was worse than the apple jam.
Apple jam. Okay, so which two are we comparing?
Apple jam.
Apple jam and?
Peach jam.
That's right, peach jam and apple jam. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Basil, do you have the page now?
Yes.
Okay, number 5.
The peach jam was worse
Number
than
5. Number 5.
sorry, the best dessert of all was the cherry pie. Pie. Best.
Best. Okay.
Underline.
Very. Yeah, we underline best. What are we comparing? 2 or more than 2?
Two.
The best dessert of all.
Okay.
2 or more than 2?
More than 2.
Mm-hmm. That's right, honey. More than 2. All right. Let's go on to the next page and continue. We'll do a little bit more practice and then we'll go to the workbook. Let's go down though and do number 11. It's very easy for you guys to underline the word. I think that's too easy for you guys. Let's do number 11. Tahir, do you have a question?
No, I wanted to answer.
Okay, I told you guys I'm going to call on people, so you don't have to raise your hand to answer today, okay? I'm going to call on people to answer. All right, I'm going down my list. All right, Farah, you're next. Number 11, please.
Okay. Which game is the blank of all? Which game is the best of all?
Very good, okay? The form of good that we are using, because we're talking about all of the games, is best. Which game is the best of all? Thank you, Farah. Hamza.
Yes, miss.
Number 12, please.
Number 12. I
Yeah.
think kickball is better than baseball.
Okay, let's see. I think kickball is better than baseball. Correct, because we are comparing two things. What two things are we comparing, Hamza?
Kickball and baseball.
Very good, thank you. All right, number 13. Lan.
Yes,
Oh,
Miss
Lan,
Amanda.
I'm sorry, you did one already. I'm sorry. I remember the girls behind you now when I heard you. Abdurrahman did, Adito did, Basil did, Iyad did, Farah did. Iyad, your turn, dear.
Yes, Miss Amanda.
Go ahead, Iyad.
Number 13.
Yeah, number 13.
Okay. I.
Okay, I'll come back to you when you have your book open and ready. Guys, I've talked to you before about having your books ready when I call on you to answer. Okay, same people every time when I call on you, your books are not open. Please have your book open and ready to answer when I call on you. Okay, Jada.
Miss Amanda, I have the book.
Omar, you cannot have control of my screen. Okay,
The
it
bean?
gives me a message that you are trying to control my screen. Remove your request, Omar. I'm not going to give you control of my screen.
The beans were the blank food of all. The worst.
Okay, let's take a look. The beans were the worst food of all. Okay, talking about comparing two things or more than two things.
With two things.
Okay, we're talking about all the food. The beans were the worst food of all. Is this two or more than two?
More than 2.
That's right. Okay. Let's see. Jenna, you are next. Jenna, do you have any problem seeing my screen?
No.
Okay, thank you.
The squash was blank than the beans. The squash was worst.
Okay, how many things are we comparing in your sentence?
2 things.
2. So what do we use for 2? Jenna, what do we use when we compare 2?
Worse.
Worse, right. The squash was worse than the peas. Jenna, what 2 things are we comparing?
Squash and the beans.
Very good, okay. All right, number 15. Let's see who's under Jenna. Jamana?
Yes, the tortillas tasted than the crackers better.
Okay, let's take a look. The tortillas tasted better than the crackers. How many things are we comparing, Jamana?
Crackers and tortillas. Tortillas and crackers.
That's right. Tortillas and crackers. 2 things. Very good, honey. Okay. All right, let's move on. Now we're going to move on to the workbook page. It's page 60 in your practice workbook. Page 60 in the practice workbook. Page 60 in the practice workbook. All right, let's start right at the top, number 1. All right, Ed, can you do number 1 for us?
Of course. Annie hung up her painting. The painting was wet.
What page are you on, honey?
280.
On what page?
279.
Honey, we're on page 60 in the practice workbook.
Okay.
Okay, get your workbook. I'll come back and let you do another one. Leila, can you do number 1 for us, please? Hello, Leila.
Hello.
Can you read number 1 for us?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I'm getting the picture.
Okay, I'm going to come back to you.
Our country fair is the best fair in the state.
Okay, which one? That's it. That's very good, honey. Thank you. Our county fair is the best in the state. Thank you, Leila.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's move on down. Malik, your turn.
This year's fair is even better than the one last year. Better.
Better, correct. Thank you. Muez?
Yes.
Can you do number 3, please?
Okay. The crowds are worse in the evening than in the afternoon. Worse.
Thank you. Number 4. Muhammad. Hello, Muhammad. Omar, number 4, please. Remember, guys, you get participation grades. You should be prepared and ready to answer when I call on you. Pilar, do you have your workbook with you?
Yes, Miss Amanda.
Okay. Can you read number 4, please?
The worst crowd of all are on the weekends. Worst.
The worst crowds of all. Correct. Worst. Thank you. Okay. We'll go down to number 5 now. Reem. Hello, Reem.
The rides are the best part of the fair. Best.
Best. Correct. Thank you. Omar, you wrote me a message that you can't see my screen. Everyone else can see my screen. You wrote me a message that you can't unmute, that when I unmute you, it doesn't unmute. It's not working. It's working for everyone else. So it's not a problem with my screen or my unmuting you. Okay? It should be working for you just fine. All right. Thank you, Rain. Best part of the fair. Best. Okay? Let's go down to number 6. Read number 6 for us, please. Ragmini.
Yes.
Number 6.
Sister thinks the food choices were good this year than last. My sister thinks the food choices were better this year than last.
Okay.
I chose better because we're comparing the past and the future and the present.
Very good, honey. Comparing two things, present and last year. Very good. This year and last year. Okay, thank you. Tahir. Number 7.
Yes. The
Number 7.
variety of food was the best it has ever been.
Very good. The variety of food was the best it has ever been. Best because we're talking about all the times that there has been food, and this is the best of all of them. Okay, very good, Tahir. Thank you. Tia? Tia, number 8, please. Hello, Tia.
Hello, Miss Amanda.
Hi, honey. Can you do number 8?
Okay, the hot dogs were bad than the hamburgers. Worse.
That's right, worse. The hot dogs were worse than the hamburgers because we're comparing two things. What two things are we comparing? Tia, what two things are we comparing?
We are comparing the hamburgers and the hot dog.
Very good, thank you. All right, Wahba, number 10, please.
I think cotton candy is the.
Sorry, number 9. I'm sorry, number 9.
My friend thinks cotton candy is the best food of all.
My friend thinks cotton candy is the best food of all. Correct. Thank you, honey. All right, Yassine, number 10. Hello, Yassine. Hello, Yassine. Okay, Yusuf, number 10. Hello, Yusuf.
Hello.
Can you do number 10 for us, please?
Okay. I think cotton candy is the best food I can eat. I think cotton candy is the best food I can eat.
All right. We have bad in the parentheses. When we're talking about bad, do we use the worst food? I'm sorry, when we're talking about bad, do we say bad? What don't we use best when we talk about something that's good?
No worse.
Yusuf, look with me. Look here, Yusuf. Look at the chart. When we're talking about something that is bad, what two words do we use? Look at the screen,
Worse.
honey. When we're talking about something bad, what words do we use to compare?
Worse and worse.
Okay, so let's go back and try that sentence again, okay?
Okay.
All right, try number 10 again.
I think the cotton candy is the worst food I can eat.
Okay. I can't tell which word you're saying because of the noise behind you.
Worst.
Which word are you saying? Worse or worst?
Worst. The one with T in the end.
Okay, very good. That's correct. It is the worst food I can eat because we're talking about all the different kinds of food. Okay? Thank you, Yusuf. All right. I want to give you a couple of reminders. Yeah, do you have a question?
No, I do not know. I just wanted to answer.
Okay, honey, put your hand down. Tahir, do you have a question?
No, I just wanted to say that I finished the page.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so a couple of reminders. Your homework is due daily by the next day, which means before school starts, you have to have sent your homework on email. You get a grade for participation in class, so you have to make sure that you have a working mic, that your screen is working, that you are able to participate in class. All of the classmates are participating, you must be able to participate as well. Everybody will get a participation grade. Everybody will get a homework grade. Everybody will get a behavior grade. And everyone will also get behavior homework attendance and what did I say? Behavior, homework attendance, and participation. Okay, so your grade will be made of 4 parts. All right. Tahir, your hand is up. Do you have a question?
I forgot it. I forgot to put it down.
It's okay. Go ahead. Adito, you have a question?
Miss, did you receive my homework?
I can't hear what you're saying, honey. Your voice is breaking up.
Miss, did you receive my homework?
Can you write it for me in chat because I can't hear what you're saying? Leanne?
Yes.
What's your
Miss
question, Leanne?
Samantha, yeah. Yesterday I did my homework late, so I forgot to do the English homework, but I was going to print it, so I forgot. So can I send it today?
Okay, honey, but you sent me a message and we discussed this on chat already, okay? We don't need to discuss it again. I already answered you about this. Yes, Jada?
Miss Amanda, do we have
Yes, Jada.
today? Miss Amanda, do we have today a spelling quiz?
We have spelling activity after school. It's written on weekly plan. Yes, Jenna?
Miss, will we supposed to send the spelling on Wednesday or on Thursday?
I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying. Your voice is breaking up.
Will we
You can
supposed
write
to
it for me in
send the
chat if
spelling
you want,
sheet?
Jenna, okay? Because I can't hear you. The spelling sheet was due today. It tells you on the week plan your spelling sheet is due on Thursday. So you were supposed to send it today before school started because it's due on Thursday. Okay? Yes, Hamza.
Miss, will we read the projects now?
I'm saying it again.
Will we read the projects now?
Yes, we're going to read right now. Anybody who wants to read their project that did not already read one, we have 2 projects. If you read one of your projects, okay, I'm going to put every hand down. Let me finish talking before you start raising your hands, please.
Okay.
Please let me finish talking before you raise your hands, okay? If you
Miss, you're muted.
Yes, honey, I was unmuting. I know, thank you. If you have, all right, Iyad, I'll come back to you. 1 second, Iyad. If Malik, why is your hand up, sweetheart? I asked everybody to keep their hand down until I finish talking. The homework today is not spelling sheets. Spelling sheets are due on Thursday, which means that they were supposed to be submitted today before you started class. Just like if you came to school on Thursday and you turned in your homework. Okay, so the spelling sheet, it was due this morning before we started class. Okay, I'm going to mute you for a second, Hamza. Okay, now, if you did not read your project, have your projects ready. When we start the next session, I will let you read your project. Only for the people who did not read one of them. For the other people, when we finish the grammar lesson in the second session, I will let you read the second one if we have time, okay? Okay, we have less than a minute. The meeting is going to cut off. I'll try to get to your questions. Yes, Reem?
I was